Okay, so we have here very, very dirty UFO number 4. I apologize, it hasn't been sailed in the season. I just hosed down the top deck, but not all of it. It's a bit dirty, but it has something pretty interesting that I want to show you today. I have put aside a little bit the regular outhaul, and I've had this for a while. I installed a second outhaul attached here to the base of the cleat. Supports a micro triple block. It goes to another micro triple block, which then goes to actually the sail grommet. At maximum length, obviously this reaches all the way here, and that's where we attach it. And now it's trimmed in a little bit for start of sail. Probably not trimmed in fully, not trimmed enough. Okay, so this line comes all the way along the boom, and I'm gonna tip the boat forward and I have to hold it. It comes along the boom, comes to a shock block here that's tied to the fork. Here comes another shock block that's tied as tight as possible to the kind of it should be closer to the mast if I could, on the spreader bracket. It comes down, and well, forget those knots, ignore those knots. Has a loop here, has a soft shackle to a little fly block. Okay, from the fly block, this is kind of almost as if it was, well, this is a 2-to-1 obviously. It's almost as if it was a continuous system. It's not a continuous system. I wish it was, but it comes through from this block. This is symmetrical on both sides. I drilled a hole here, and I put a very cheap micro block. These cost nothing, or nothing. They must cost $8 at West Marine or something. Tied to a hole here. When you drill holes like this, you need to put a little bit of some kind of epoxy to not let water into the core, right? And so it comes through here, and it comes through a micro block. Now this micro block, I tried it in several places. You can see one of them here. And when I was trying it, I was using hot glue gun. And then once I settled, which I settled here, I use G-Flex. So this here is it's bolted onto it. So I cut under it. I made an indent in to fit the nuts. So this is bolted. And I wish this was a bit more rounded. And when I have time, I'm probably going to Dremel it rounded, because in a pitch pole I hit my thigh and got a big bruise out of this corner. If you do this, probably put 2 cleats rather than 1 or 3, and make it rounded. So that you don't get hurt. Okay, so from here it routes through to here, and here's where you really use it from. So you're sitting here, you stretch out your hand, you grab like this, and you ease or you pull. And so this is the smallest of the sheaves you can get. Tied again. Here you reuse the hole from that strap. And made a little take-up. So the take-up has a little flying block. Right now it goes to here, but so the total length of the pink line comes to here, right? But the orange bungee comes to the back. And actually the orange bungee goes all the way to here, and that is around where the main foil is. This works pretty well, gives me enough length. Before going sailing, I have to balance the lengths of the take-ups, so it's not overly on one side. But this works really well. Unfortunately, the perspective is not going to give you all you want, but I don't have pulling here. System's pretty effective here in terms of trimming. You can see the sail moving. It's very effective. That was about a forearm's length of taking it in.